The silence will be heralded by the last post, a bugle call that in military tradition symbolizes that the duty of our fallen comrades is complete and they are now at rest. And the Honorable Speaker to kindly proceed to the signing of the visitor's book.
Program leaflet for everyone's convenience, but just allow me to read it. These are immortal words. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we'll remember them.
Pay our respect and gratitude to the brave soldiers who gave their life for their country, for a better future of humanity. As we know, Kohima War Cemetery is of great significance insofar as the Battle of Kohima was the last and the decisive battle of the East of the Second World War that changed the course of the war in the East. In this cemetery and around, brave men and women have fallen fighting for their country, sacrificing their lives for a better future for the next generation. Their sacrifice shall never go forgotten, nor goes unacknowledged or unrewarded. In fact, the Cathedral of Mary Helper Christians, Kohima, that you see just opposite the other hill, was built with this thought also in mind, that they will be prayed in the Holy Eucharist or the Mass that is celebrated every day in the church. In this sense, the cathedral, a great landmark of Kohima today, stands as a living testimony of the appreciation and gratitude to the brave men who gave their life for their country. And that is the reason when the cathedral was blessed and dedicated in April 1991, some of the then living war veterans who fought in this ground, in this battle, both from England and from Japan, had come and made a reconciliation service and prayed together, probably the first of its kind in history. The souvenirs given by both countries are displayed in the Cathedral Church. In deep appreciation and gratitude today, we once again gather in this sacrificial sacred ground. We thank you for their bravery, selflessness, and devotion to duty. May their sacrifice never be forgotten. Affected by the war, may this land continue to be a place of healing.
It is indeed a special occasion, and I extend a warm welcome to all our distinguished guests and friends present here. We deeply appreciate your presence at this solemn and significant commemoration of Remembrance Day in Kohima. Here at the very ground where victory was written in courage, resilience, and sacrifice. We especially welcome the honored guest from British Deputy High Commissioner and the Embassy of Ireland, and we thank each of you here in persons and those joining us from across India and around the world for standing with us on this day of remembrance. We are fortunate to have the Honorable Speaker and the Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha. They have come to attend the NER CPA conference yesterday, and the Honorable Speaker Lok Sabha is leaving today, but he took time to be with us. Thank you. I wish to again place on record a sincere appreciation to the British High Commissioner, led by Dr. Andrew Fleming, for initiating the observance of Remembrance Day in Nagaland. In 2024, ceremony marks with first official remembrance by the state government. And today, we reaffirm our commitment to observe this as an annual state event, in partnership with the Commonwealth War Graves Commission. Today, Nagaland stands shoulder to shoulder with the global community, honoring the brave men and women who laid down their lives so that peace and freedom may prevail. We gather this morning at the iconic Kohima War Cemetery, one of the most sacred sites of the Second World War. Resting here are 1,420 Allied soldiers and 917 cremated, totaling 2,337. 80 years ago, the people of this land witnessed one of the fiercest battles of Second World War. The Battle of Kohima was not just a military engagement. It was a defining moment in the history of the world. Allied Indian and the Naga forces fought side by side, outnumbering, outgunned, yet unbroken. Their stance halted the eastward advance and altered the course of this war. Let me recall a small yet powerful anecdote from the battle, a story that has passed down with reverence during the siege of the Deputy Commissioner's bungalow, one of the most intense phases of the battle. The fighting reached so close quarter that soldiers could hear each other's breathing amidst the chaos. When ammunition ran low, some Allied soldiers passed messages carved on our ration tins, ensuring one another, "Hold on, reinforcement is coming." Those reinforcements did come, and that tiny gesture of faith stretched onto a tin can captured the spirit of Kohima, a promise that no matter how dark the hour, courage prevails. Such stories remind us that history is not only shaped by grand strategy, but also by the quiet determination of ordinary men who become extraordinary heroes. I am a proud son of a veteran soldier. My father participated in the Second World War, and they were scouting with armies in the east because Japanese took position in Burma and marching towards this part of the country. Most of his time he spent in Happy Valley as training assistant instructor. And this first Assam regiment, under British, they received the King George Medal, the Medal of Burma Star, and Regiment Stars. Today, many people had died, but many people live, but their memory continues. As a bachelor, when India got freedom in 1947, they were asked bachelors to take discharge if they want to set up their family. And that's where my father came home. And that's how we were brought up. Today, as we observe the 2-minute silence, let us remember all who fell, those who lie in these graves, those who were cremated, and the countless others whose names were lost in time, but not to memories. We pay homage not only to the elite soldiers, but also to the Naga people, men and women, and even children who guided, sheltered, and stood beside the troops amid imaginable hardship. Their loyalty and courage were pivotal to the outcome of the battle, and their contributions remain one of the proudest chapters in our history. These hills remember their footsteps. Our people remember their stories. Engraved on the grounds is the timeless Kohima epitaph, as earlier speaker had mentioned also. When you go home, tell them of us and say, for your tomorrow, we gave ours today. These words do not merely adorn stone. They speak to our conscience. They are a reminder that peace we enjoy today was purchased with the highest price. It is our moral duty to honor their legacy by promoting peace, compassion, unity, and mutual respect. In Nagaland, Remembrance Day holds a unique meaning. The stories of 1944 are intertwined with our identity. The bonds of sacrifice forged here between nations and peoples remain alive, transcending borders, generations, and political divisions. As we reflect on the past violence, the Naga people have learned that the only true tribute to those who died in war is to uphold peace in our times. We are called to transform memories of conflict into a message of reconciliation for the world. Nagaland's story, once shaped by battle, must now be a voice for peace, unity, and universal brotherhood. This is our solemn commitment that Kohima will remain to stand as a beacon of hope and as an advocate for humanity. In closing, I express my deepest respect to all veterans and their families, to the fallen heroes resting here, and to the people of Nagaland who have preserved this hallowed ground with dignity and devotion. May we never forget their bravery. May we uphold their legacy. May we cherish the peace that died to protect. Thank you and God bless.
Around like a breeze over troubled water, I will lay me down like a breeze over troubled water. I will lay me down. Sail on, sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. Oh, you need a friend. I'm sailing right behind like a breeze over troubled water. I will ease your mind like a breeze over troubled water. I will ease your
My British defence colleagues are really delighted about the Government of Nagaland's decision to establish this annual event. My current Deputy High Commissioner was here last year. I'm really proud to be here with you all, along with my colleague, paying my tributes to the brave soldiers who died for our freedom. We gather to remember the brave souls, British, Indian, and Allied soldiers from across the Commonwealth, who laid down their lives in the Second World War. Their sacrifice turned the tide of the war in the East and safeguarded the freedoms we cherish today. The Battle of Kohima was a turning point in World War II, where British and Indian forces halted the Japanese advance into India. Fought in the rugged hills of Nagaland, it is remembered for its brutal close quarters combat, including the infamous fighting around the Kohima tennis court, which became a symbol of resistance. Often called the Stalingrad of the East, this battle marked the beginning of the Japanese retreat from Southeast Asia. The courage, the resilience displayed here earned it the title, the Battle of Battles, by military historians, highlighting its strategic importance and the extraordinary human endurance it demanded. This year, we marked the 80th anniversary of victory over Japan, commemorating the end of the Second World War on 15th August. Following the Victory in Europe Day in May 1945, we ended the Second World War in Europe. British and Commonwealth troops continued to fight against Japanese forces in Asia and the Pacific. The human cost of the Second World War was overwhelming, leading to death and destruction for millions of people on both sides. 80 years on, we are paying tribute to the British and Commonwealth veterans worldwide, the living Second World War generation, and the many who paid the ultimate sacrifice to secure freedom and peace. I'll just repeat again, as inscribed here at the Kohima epitaph. When you go home, tell them of us and say, "For your tomorrow, we gave our today." These words are not just a tribute, they are a call to remember, to reflect, and uphold peace. This Remembrance Day, let us renew our commitment to peace, to international friendship, and to the enduring partnership between the United Kingdom and India. To the families, descendants, and communities who continue to honor these heroes, you have our deepest respect. Their legacy lives on in our hearts and in the quiet dignity of this cemetery. In closing, I really want to thank the Commonwealth War Graves Commission and the Nagaland government for their efforts in maintaining the cemetery year after year. We will remember them always. Thank you.
हम सबके लिए भावुक भी है और स्मरण का दिन भी है। जब हमारे वीर सैनिकों ने, योद्धाओं ने सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर में इस कोड पर इस देश को बचाने के लिए युद्ध किया, बलिदान दिया, और इसीलिए जब हम इस स्थल पर आते हैं और इस दिन का स्मरण करते हैं तो हम उन वीर शहीदों, सैनिकों ने जिन्होंने अपने देश के लिए बलिदान दिया, कुर्बानियां दी, और इसीलिए सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर का ये युद्ध बहुत ऐतिहासिक था और बहुत महत्वपूर्ण भी था, और इसीलिए उस समय के वार में जिन सैनिकों ने जिस बहादुरी से लड़े गए, आज हम सबको उनसे प्रेरणा मिलती है। और इसीलिए इस स्थल पर जब आते हैं तो हमें वो शब्द याद आते हैं, वो वाक्य याद आते हैं जो शब्द वाक्य ने हम सबके प्रेरणा के लिए, कि जब तुम घर जाओ उन्हें कह देना कि हमने आज अपना कल तुम्हारे लिए दिया है। और ये वाक्य, ये शब्द आज भी शब्द नहीं, हम सबकी प्रेरणा है कि हमें आने वाले कल के लिए आज देना होगा। और हमारे वीर सैनिकों ने कल के लिए उस समय बलिदान दिया। ये स्मरण का दिन है, याद का दिन है, हम सबकी प्रेरणा का दिन है। मैं इस मौके पर यहाँ के राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री जी को धन्यवाद देता हूँ, जिनके पिताजी ने भी इस वर्ल्ड वार के अंदर शामिल थे। डॉक्टर नेफ्यूरियो जी को, जो हमेशा इस दूर दराज उत्तर पूर्वी क्षेत्र के अंदर सैनिकों के, यहाँ के अर्धसैनिकों के मनोबल को बढ़ाकर रखते हैं। और आज का ये दिन हम सब की स्मरण यादों में रहेगा कि भारत हमेशा योद्धाओं की धरती रहा है, वीरताओं की धरती रहा है। आप सबको धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
To begin with, I also share greetings to all present here and all joining us on the occasion of Remembrance Day. We are grateful to the Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Nephew Rio, and the collaboration of the British High Commission and the Deputy High Commission Office in Kolkata for coming together and initiating official commemoration of Remembrance Day here in Nagaland, which was initiated last year. This is only the second time that we are observing Remembrance Day in Nagaland, despite 8 decades since the war. While it's better late than never, I'm sure we've started an exciting new journey and an adventure that will tell wonderful stories and spread the message of peace to the global community. Speakers before me have mentioned about the Battle of Kohima, how significant it was, how it changed history. Its details, its historical elements does not need elaboration, as we all know about it. But this place, this city, this Commonwealth war grave Kohima is indeed very, very special. We stand on the ground on which they fought. We walk on the ground where they bled. We breathe the air which they defended. This soil is sanctified by their sacrifice. 80 years ago, the Naga people were living in peace and harmony, having our own way of life. Behind me, in front of you, is the legendary Kohima village. Left of me, the Kohima Cathedral, the historic crucifix, and Kohima Baptist Church behind me. Iconic, historic, significant. But as I said, 80 years ago, our people were suddenly disturbed by the sounds of gunfire. The booming of tanks, aircraft disturbed the blue skies. Today, we are enjoying this clean air, listening to the birds singing, insects joining us. But 80 years ago, the scene here would have been very different. You could have smelled the blood. The devastation would have been everywhere. That village behind me would have been largely destroyed and devastated. Suddenly we became part of a war in which we had nothing to do with. Great powers, ideologies crashed here on this soil. But at the end of the day, a few hundred men defeated thousands. Due to their bravery, their resilience, and their courage. But I must place on record also, as historians have noted, and speakers before me have said, this battle would not have been won if the Naga people did not contribute. This battle would not have been won if the Naga people did not sacrifice. It needs the local population to contribute for a battle to be won. For many years, many decades, perhaps writers from the West have not elaborated on that aspect. But if we dig history, scratch above the surface, we know that this battle would not have been won if the Nagas had not sacrificed, if the Nagas had not contributed, if the Nagas had not walked that extra mile. And today, as children of those former generations, I stand here, and I'm sure all my fellow Nagas join me in being proud of the fact that we contributed towards the triumph of victory, we contributed towards the triumph of democracy and freedom. If the Japanese forces had crossed here, taken over that highway down there, reached Dimapur in that airstrip and the railway station, perhaps the history of the Indian subcontinent would have been different. Perhaps the growth of democracy in this region would have been different. Today, we remember those who sacrificed, the 1,000 plus men who are buried here, and a few hundred who were cremated here. For those families, for those generations, these little patches of land will forever be England, Ireland, Scotland, Punjab, wherever they came from. As long as time lasts, as long as this earth exists, these patches of land will always be home to them. Nagaland will continue to welcome them, and today, Nagaland is using the experience of violence, war, and devastation to tell the message of peace to the world. Today, we want to tell the global community that peace is the only way. And peace is the only way forward for humanity to succeed. On Remembrance Day, we send out this strong message again. We thank you all for joining us. We thank our foreign friends for joining us. And I cannot mention everybody, but the entire team have worked tirelessly to make this a success. We hope that in the coming years, this will continue to grow, but most importantly, it'll spread the message of peace, oneness, and unity. Thank you for listening. God bless. Kuknalim. Jai Hind.